Okay, good morning. Vincent Meza, Listings to Leads. This is our Get Started class for our new clients and our long-term clients who are getting a refresh. I would like to, since it is for new clients, I would like to know if you could put it in the chat panel. What are you looking for? What is it that you need? Do you need more branding? Do you need more buyer leads? Do you need more listings? We're going to cover some high-level stuff, but if there's something in particular on your mind, I want to make sure that we address it. At a high level, Listings to Leads, we've been here almost 15 years. We're focused on really on capturing leads, right? We do this with marketing, whether you have listings or you don't. You'll hear me talk about a lot of tools here today. And some of those tools depends, you might be coming from other companies, other brokerages, and you might say, oh, I have those tools. And that might be true. It's just yours don't capture leads. Yours typically have branding involved, right? If you're from a big franchise, they've got their branding down. It's automated. It just doesn't capture leads. You might be using another company, right? Another resource of capturing leads, and they do things really differently. Those leads can also often be really expensive. And so the question of ROI comes up. And I think that's when people find us. Then they realize, hey, I can get buyer leads, I can get listing leads, I can work my social media, I can have it automated. And pretty much everything we're doing here is template driven. You can achieve things in just a couple of clicks. So you shouldn't be thinking about coding. You shouldn't be thinking about content. You shouldn't be, And even when it comes to writing ads, we make things as automated as possible. So there's a lot under the hood. We're about to get there. I do want to give you a few resources just so that you know that after this class, there are some places you can go look. One, if you didn't find this link before, is leadgenwebinars.com. This is where you can sign up for the free classes that I do. Get started, listings leads for lenders, top tools for more listings, and Facebook and Google ads. Now, Facebook and Google, I actually do break down and I focus on this is how you get buyers and this is how you get sellers. So you should watch both of these if you want more listings in your business. But Get Started is a good place to start. We're going to talk about a few kinds of ads and ways to get listings and buyers as well. Every class that I do, I record and we put it on our YouTube channel here. So I want to give this to everybody. You can find this on YouTube, but I'm going to send this to everyone here. If you see a little blinking in your GoToMeeting chat panel, you'll have this. And as I mentioned, I do a class called Facebook and Google ads, which you can see I did here 3 days ago. I also do Get Started, and somewhere in here is top tools for more listings. And with the NAR settlement, the question of buyer's agent compensation is a little bit still, I think, up in the air. And in some places it's not, it's a little more settled, and in others it isn't. And all that being said, if you need more listings, I highly recommend that you watch maybe 2 or 3 of my top tools for more listings so that you really you understand, you're able to leverage our platform to get more listings. And that would just be in your interest, right? Scott's also doing some other classes. I'll show you where you can sign up for those. But they are recorded and they are here, right? So database mastery, geo farming, and there's a little bit where Scott and I overlap. Here's social media mastery. So these are just in-depth kind of calls on particular aspects of our platform. I think both of our webinar series are going to be helpful for you. So that's the YouTube channel. And you can always come back and check that out. But I do think that you want more listings and you should watch top tools for more listings. This is our mastermind group on Facebook. And if you're not in it, please ask the support team to get you in it. It's very useful. Scott and I talk about the technology that we're rolling out, but also people ask questions and share what's working for them. So we'll probably be back here a couple times during the call today. But I do want to point this one out here because this came in about a week ago. From Amy Spock. And she says, hey, everybody, I signed up for this a few months ago and haven't done a thing with it. I'm considering cancel, but want to hear some success stories. Right. And I want to point out the one that I noticed, which this guy says, hey, I've been a client since 2014 and it's produced hundreds of thousands of dollars in my business. It's the core of my listing presentation. In my opinion, it's the best monthly expense in my business. And we certainly appreciate that. But we have clients. I set up office clients and teams around the country and of course partnerships. And I have had people like, I am a client in Florida, Southwest Florida. Now they've got 1,000 agents, but he's like saying, hey, all of our top percent agents are all using this. And we have generated, just like this guy, hundreds of thousands of dollars in course of years, right? They have a lot more agents. A lot of you are probably single agents, and it'll take you a while to get there. This guy's been a client for 10 years, so it would make sense why that works. So that's the mastermind group. We'll come back to it and look at it. It's a private group. If you're on Facebook and you're not in it, you won't find it. It's private. It's hidden. So use the support team, ask them to get you in, right? So let's log in and this part of the call, the first few minutes, I want to talk about setup, right? So that you got everything set up properly. And in that, you'll understand a little bit of what we're doing. And then we'll talk about how to get buyer leads and selling leads. Okay. So when you come in the first time, let me see where it is. We've moved. Yeah, we've moved this. So let me go back to the dashboard and see if it's here. When you log in the first time, there's a setup wizard that tells you, put your logo in, put your picture in, connect your social media, connect your email to sweep in listings. And that should, if you follow through and do all those panels, there's about, 6 or 7, you will have everything turned on, a lot of automation turned on. But I'm going to go the slow way here because I don't have it here. And I want to make sure that all of you have all of these things turned on that I'm about to show you. And so we'll start at the profile. Okay. And so if I go to the profile, there's a tab that says auto posting. You connect your social media accounts here. You click on the button. It's going to say, is this you with your name? And you say yes. And then it shows you your business page, right? Your real estate business page. And you check that box and then you say, okay, and done. And you want to make sure that your business page is showing in green, just like this one. So if you click in it, you might have multiple business pages. You can have 10 business pages related to real estate. We can auto post to all of those, but in this one, we're just doing the best listing. So let me make sure we don't get disturbed here. Connect into Twitter or X and connect to LinkedIn, connect to Instagram, connect to Google Plus, right? The Google business page. And that will tell us that when listings hit your system or when they change status, auto post them to these social media accounts. Okay. And that's great. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you why you want it to do it. We can actually capture leads. We put landing pages behind that, and that can help you capture leads for free. So there's also a tab over here that says CRM integration. And if you have any of these CRMs, we have APIs, kind of software bridges, and you can just drop in whatever is asked for there. And that will take, whenever you capture a lead from any part of our platform, it will drop into that for automation. Now, that's what I think you need to do on this side. I just want to point out on appearance, I think I'm going to tell the guys we need to change this, but I really think you should be defaulting on the lead gen single property website. As we're posting things out, and you won't ever really see this, but that's going to capture leads. Whereas this one here, we call it luxury. It looks really good. But if you want people to talk to, you want to capture more leads, you want to focus on the lead gen. There's also some templates down here. And I like this one. If you scroll over, it has like a few images. It's got your picture and it has a status, but you can look at these and see if that's the style that you like. So when we're auto posting to social media, it's going to have that kind of template. All right. So that's there. And also just to FYI, social media links here. You need, if you want us to there are some sections where we say, follow me on Facebook, follow me on LinkedIn, things like that. These are the buttons that we will show those icons. They can click on them And so you want to add your links just like that with the HTTPS so that they can click on it and get to your page. Am I the only person who cannot hear? I think so. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Yes. Hold on a second. I think everybody can hear me. Everyone can. Sorry. Let me send a message to this person. Yeah, everybody can hear. Thank you. Thank you. So that's on the profile for setup. Okay. Now, remember when I said CRM integration and I said, oh, we've got all these APIs up here. Over here is follow-ups. And I really recommend if you are new to us, and even if you're not new to us, turn on our follow-ups. These are drip campaigns. Okay. We have them in English. We have them in Spanish. The thing about our drip campaigns is that we've had feedback where they're closing appointments. And if your drip campaigns, which you've been using for months or years, are not closing appointments, that's really the point of them. You know what I mean? You check a box in your business. Do I have drip campaigns going? But the real purpose of those things is to warm those leads up so that you can talk to them and set an appointment. Our leads for both sellers and buyers are doing just that. We've got really good open rates when you compare them to the industry standards of all CRMs, but I don't think any CRM, and we work with some of the best ones. I think that the content of those messages are nice to read for people who like to read, but they're quickly ignored. And ours are really light. They're very short. And there's usually some kind of link where they can go get more information as either a buyer or a seller. So that's why our follow-ups. And if you want to go through and look at them, just click on the follow-up link and you can actually read them all, right? You can actually look at what's going to be said. So they're effective. I recommend turning them on. That's good. Let's keep moving up the line here. There's a section that says client reviews. And I think this is in the wizard also. Now, we have a client review website, and you might have your reviews out on Zillow or Facebook or wherever. And that's cool. If somebody is like over there in the back end of that website, finding that. But if you use our system and you connect your reviews, we're going to auto embed them in landing pages that are relevant, especially home valuation landing pages, in your single property websites and virtual tours. This page that we're looking at right here is specifically designed for you when you have a review to copy it and share it over on Facebook, right? And to say, let me show you how you do that. You share it. Ideally, you want to be a client or a friend of your client so that you can say, hey, client, thanks for that, and tag that client. That way, when you tag them, all of their friends and family are going to see this page. And that's good for you because this page has all of your reviews. It has a marketing plan supplied by us, right? It's got, if you want, you can snap in a YouTube video of a testimonial or just a video of you talking about the market or something like that. There's also PDF guides that they can download as long as they give you their contact information, both for buyers and sellers, and all of your listings in your account are here. And if somebody clicks on one of these, now it's pointing over to, in this case, a luxury single property website. You remember how I said, hey, you should really make this the lead gen? This is the luxury one. Just got a big picture and that's cool. The rest is good. It's still gonna capture leads, but there's lots of ways to capture leads on this. So let's not, that's all embedded on your client review website. Share that on social media, tag your client every time you get a review. If you keep moving up the list here, there's a landing page section. And I think if you're brand new to us, you have to come here right away to start to build out your farm market. So there's probably, I don't know where you guys are sitting in the country, or even if you're in the country, but many of you work in 5 or 10 or more towns, right? Just the shape of your landscape and geography. Others, you're working in maybe 3 or 4 or 5. You want to click this button at the top and create a property valuation plus landing page for every one of your farm markets where you want more listings, because the tools that are here, you can run ads on Facebook with these. You can run ads on Google with these. You get print tools with these, and you can even blast them out on your own CRM. So I have one down here. Let's look at it real quickly for Memphis, right over in Tennessee. So this is an instant home value page, right? And I have a custom photograph that I took and snapped in the back. You definitely want to put a picture in there when you do that, because when you create a landing page, it looks really generic. And when you're asking somebody for their address and contact information, and you're presenting this, well, I don't know who you are, right? I don't even know if you know my area or if this is a national spam campaign. But if you click this, at least I know my area. And that's what customizing a landing page is about. So when you create a home valuation landing page, we always drop you on this page, which is the editor. And right on the left, it says upload image. Upload an image, 2,000 pixels wide, of a shopping mall, a landmark, something that everybody in your area knows. Maybe it's a really cool restaurant that everybody's excited about. That's what's going to tell people their area. This one here, it's for Livermore. There's a nice winery. This is one of the nicest wineries, and this is the Christmas decoration. If you live in Livermore, you know this place. And that's what you want to be doing when you're out, because you might be sending this out. Let's click on marketing tools over here. You might be sending this out on a Facebook ad who people don't know you, on Google where people don't know you, right? You might be mailing it out, right? And here's a way that one of our clients does this down in Texas. He prints this door hanger. Let me download it for you. So you create a home valuation landing page, and he prints these up at Vistaprints. And he says he prints them in batches of 1,000 because it's very cheap. And then he gives them to his agents, and you can scan right here to get your home value. Takes your phone right over there. You can get that answer. They don't even door knock. They just walk the neighborhood and hang these, and they get listing leads from just that. Just hang them on the doorknob and just keep walking. If you're trying to work a neighborhood, create a landing page that speaks to that neighborhood. That's a good way of doing it. We've also got postcards, things like that. Everyday Direct is there as well. We got the formatting for that. But also when you see the words eFlyer for your database, that means if you have a CRM where you have hundreds or thousands of leads, if you want to start converting those leads into conversations, start copying the eFlyer for our database. This is a home sold report, and it says, hey, here's how many homes sold in Livermore. Click here, go get your free home value. Also see my reviews. We looked at that earlier. We also have an agent listing website, which will show you, I'll show you a little bit later, and that captures leads as well. So this thing is just chock full of lead gen. So we're looking at the landing page section, and I know I'm talking fast, so I just wanted to point that out, that you want to set up your landing pages. And we have other landing pages. I just talked about the home value. We have them for FSBOs. We have an iBuyer one. We have them for expireds, avoiding foreclosure, growing family, empty nester, all kinds, and they're all templated. All you got to be able to do is choose the one you want and type in the name of your town and click create. So more, if we keep moving up the line and we're talking about setup, here is social content. And here again, we're going to ask you to connect your social media accounts. And this is a really cool part of our system that we added just a couple of years ago, but we're really seeing a lot of great results from it. And I'll show you why. When you come here the first time, it's going to say connect your social media accounts. And you may be confused because we ask you to connect your social media accounts 3 separate times. And that's because we're doing different functions to help your business. But this section, you need to connect again. Then you need to tell us how many days a week you want to publish. I think a couple days a week is fine. Scott's got it 7 days a week. But if you have that, you're going to get messages from us every day of the week. Then there are topics. Okay. And topics, remember I mentioned earlier that we have PDF guides. We can auto post the PDF guides. There are 80 of them. I'll show them to you in just a minute. will auto post them to your social media accounts with landing pages. So if people want to download them, they can do it for free as long as they give you their contact information. There's also holiday stuff here. I don't think I wouldn't be using international holidays or random holidays. I'd just be using standard American holidays. But if you're in the international market or Canadian market, there you go. There's a lot of topics. There's almost 50. And you want to use, I think, maybe 2 or 3 out of the home design section, maybe one of these outdoor living, home maintenance, and then save. And that will tell us to auto post throughout the year for you. Okay. Now, if you're somebody that uses LinkedIn or not LinkedIn, I'm sorry, Instagram or TikTok, you might want to know about this. It's called Link in Bio. There used to be something else similar to this, but this link has all of your real estate assets inside of our system. It's got a marketing plan. It's got the client review website. It's got all of your listings, and it's got PDF guides that we're going to look at, and some of your social content and some of your favorite landing pages. You can customize this. The reason it's vertical is it's designed for a phone, and that's what TikTok and Instagram are. They're phone-based apps. The one thing about Instagram, I'll tell you this, is that it's great for building networks. People like it because they're looking at colorful pictures, but there's not a lot of lead capture happening there. And so if you are pointing people to this link, if they click on this, we're going to send them, in this case, to a single property website. And that single property website is mobile optimized. Right now, I'm on a computer desktop, so it's all big. But if I was on a phone, this would be optimized for a phone. If you are building networks over there on Instagram, TikTok, I really recommend that you go grab this link and paste it in your profile. And let's see, let's jump up to ads real quick. When you come up to the ad software, and again, I said that there's a wizard for you to do all these things, right? To set all this up. I'm just going the long way so that you really understand and you don't forget any of this. When you come to the ad section, it's going to tell you connect to Facebook, and you click on one button. It's going to show you your name, whatever your name is, personal name. And you say, yes, that's me. And then the second page is, okay, here are your business pages. Which ones do you want to use? And those would be your real estate business pages. Okay. Once you've done that, you can run a lot of ads here. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then this section here is listings. And again, the automation is set up in the setup wizard, which is we're going to ask you for your MLS email, the email address that you have inside your MLS. It may not be the email address that you signed up with. So we need to make sure that we're using the right one, because then we can pull your listings in automatically. If you're an agent who doesn't have your own listings, and maybe you're going to borrow some from the office, click up here and click grab active listing and just drop in the zip code and the MLS ID of that listing, and it'll pull it in and it will sit here, and it will if we click here, let's see, I have something just listed on market listing. You'll see all the tools that we have that we've designed automatically for you. All right. Now, some of them are automatically done. This says social media auto posting. You remember when I said on your profile, connect your social media and set up social media auto posting. This is what a post actually looks like. So this is LinkedIn, and we're auto posting to LinkedIn. And I know many of you don't use it. You might think, no, I'm not interested. It might be in your interest, however, to set up your LinkedIn account and set up your Twitter account and set up Google business page and have us auto post just for a listing presentation, just to tell people I am on these 5 major social media accounts, right? Now, if somebody clicks on this, there's going to be a tool that pops up that we auto narrated, and that's going to get us to something that's going to capture leads for us. So you're starting to recognize that when we're posting, we've got all kinds of ways of capturing leads, both buyer and seller leads. And by the way, there are your reviews. You scroll down to the bottom, there's a big old footer. That's what is your home worth, right? So even if a home is for sale, we're asking people, do you need your home value? Because we know, and you know, that many people looking at homes on the market are really doing their own research because they own a home that they want to sell. So that's all coming off of the social media auto posting. And we set that up. I just wanted to show you that. There's a lot of things here for listings. You can click through and look at them, but I'm gonna show you a better way to approach this. But before we go, I want to talk about the PDF guides. I mentioned them a couple times. You really don't have to set anything up here. When you go through the wizard and you put your picture and you choose your color scheme for your company and you upload the logo, all of that flows through the PDF guides. It also flows through all of our postcards and all of our door hangers. So as you're looking at things, and I'm just blasting through here, you may say, that doesn't look like my branding. Your branding is set up on the wizard, right? And so that will flow through all of these. Now, there are 80 PDF guides for you, 40 for buyers and 40. And if you want, you can say, hey, I'm going to click on marketing tools and see that you can run ads on Facebook, on Google. You can share it for free on social media. We got an e-flyer for your database. Again, if you want to blast out something on your current CRM, and there are print flyers and door hangers and circle prospecting scripts and QR codes. So all kinds of ways to get people to that particular PDF guide. So that's a nutshell of what we're about. We talked about what we just are wrapping up right now is turning everything on, making sure your account is optimized for all the automation, things that can start working for you. Where I want you to go, what you've done with that is to our dashboard. Okay. And we're combing out a couple things here. We've been making this dashboard more effective for you to make things just much simpler. For instance, I think that agents are thinking of kind of two major things. Do you want seller leads? There's a button right here. You click on it. Or you want buyer leads, right? And the thing is, if you click on seller leads, there are a number of things that you can do and a number of tools that you can use to get seller leads. If you want buyer leads, there are different tools. To make it easy for you, we've created this page to give you everything in this case, because I have seller leads created. If I click create a Facebook ad, the only options that will come to me are tools that will get me listings. So if I click create a listing ad, I'm only going to see my later stage homes, pending, under contract, sold. And that's because later stage homes in our platform, the call to actions, the text and the ads are designed to offer a free home value. Okay. So if I want to get more listings, I should definitely be running ads on homes that are pending, sold, or under contract. I'm going to just choose one. I'm going to click create ad, and I'm leaving it on lead ads. Lead ads is very important because that's gets leads from Facebook with name, email, and phone number pre-populated from the profile. So nobody's typing anything in. So when we're talking about getting listing leads, this is the cheapest way of doing it, right? What I'm doing right now, running an ad on Facebook. These leads cost about $7 each. You'll notice that we have a $50 ad for 7 days. So if you divide 7 into 50, that's going to get you 7 leads. 7 times 7 is 49. You'll have an extra $1 left over at the end of the week. If there's something special about the house, like maybe you sold it and sold in 10 days, or maybe you got Team K above asking, anything like a data point like that, that's going to make an owner want to pay attention. You just type it in, and when you hit publish, boom, it's going to go out. I want to repeat, this is the easiest way of getting listing leads, and I think one of the least expensive. There is a question, however, of lead quality, okay? And these aren't the highest quality leads. We do have higher quality leads, but I will tell you this, our clients are generating listings, not just leads. They're converting those leads that they're getting from this kind of ad into actual listing. But just in a broad conversation, there are higher quality listing leads to be found. They're more difficult to get, but we'll cover that in a moment. If we go back, you'll notice that we can create a landing page ad, like for a home valuation page, like my Memphis page. Remember, I mentioned there were 40 PDF guides for homeowners. If I click on create PDF guide, all the ones for homeowners are teed up right here. So I don't have to even guess. They're just sitting here right in front of me. You choose the ones that you think are relevant that you want to talk about. And all you have to do is let's talk about just estate planning, lead ads so that I get pre-populated name, email, and phone number. I click create ad. Everything is done for me. All I have to do is type in the name of the town that I'm thinking of that I want to build my business in. And the minimum radius is 15 miles. I think if you want to expand that, you can expand it. You can't make it any tighter. That's a problem with Facebook. Now, one point, remember how I said just sold ads cost $7 each? These on average cost about $10 each. PDF guide ads, right? $10 each. Now, you can also create ads on landing pages like the Memphis one. And let me tell you, you should test that out. And if that worked out great for you, awesome. Those leads cost about $15 each. So they're the most expensive leads from Facebook. And if you are in a very dense area, there's another town 5 or 10 minutes that way and 5 or 10 minutes that way and the other way. This might not work for you. Running a landing page ad on a town might not work for you. And that's why I want to remind you that if you go to our YouTube channel, which I mentioned earlier, I talk about creating a custom audience. Let's see if this is going to work. Yeah. And when you create a custom audience, you buy that list from a company. Let's see. Yeah. And I think this one I covered in this class 3 days ago. This allows you to target the people that you want, right? Facebook, you may not know this, actually doesn't help you target very well, right? It's just not the case. And when we're looking, let me close some of these things because getting lost and confused. Let's see here. Yeah. So when we use a landing page, what is your Memphis home worth? What is your Miami home worth? Whatever the one that you create, depending on how close the adjacent towns are, that could really be a problem. So just worth noting. Also, creating a Google ad. I want to point out that we have Google ad software as well. And running a landing page or a PDF guide for sellers is super smart. These leads cost more. They are more expensive than Facebook. If you watch my Facebook and Google class, I'll tell you why. They are also higher quality leads. They're definitely higher quality. Okay. Now, if we go down here, we can see our listings that are pending and sold. And if we use any of these tools, I'm going to do this sold one. Pending works as well, but I want to show you a tool that is our number one tool for the highest quality leads. It's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. There are many things you can do. If you look at this column of tools, they are all designed to capture seller leads. Okay. That you want to use them, they're all going to capture seller leads. However, if you want the highest quality leads, you need to send this letter, the Nearby Homeowner Letter, around your current listing. A lot of our clients use this when they have a home that's just listed. And when they sell it, they flip it and they use it again. They change the status and they mail it again when it's just sold. Okay. And as you can see, it's not super sexy. It's really simple. I don't even think people can read books anymore. They're scanning stuff in 15 seconds. This page is designed to make a decision in 3, right? Oh, home is sold. Check it out. Going to affect your home value. Go get your free home value. That's all it's for. Really not so much to tell people you sold a home, which is great news, but to get their free home value, which is going to be a listing lead sent to you. So the number one way that you want to do of getting this out is to mail it to people with equity. There's a little box up there in gray. It says Express Copy. That's a partner company that we have. And by partner, I don't mean a financial partner. It is just a technology pass-through. We're not taking any percentage of money from this. What it means is if you click on Get Mailing List, they have a database of all homeowners of single family homes, and they'll mail this in a 1 or 2 or 3 mile radius, whatever you decide. 100 pieces cost $185. So you're mailing this effective letter to people with equity around your current listings. You just click that button. It's very easy. Now, I'm going to take us over to the mastermind group because a lot of our clients, like I said, we've been doing this for 15 years. That connection with Express Copy might be 2 years old, right? Here, now this guy said, I got 17 listings in 1 year with a nearby homeowner letter. Scott is saying, and this is at the beginning of the year, Scott is saying that he did a review on this guy or a call. I don't know what it was, but I need to reach out to him and find out who was that. But I do want to point out what I am recommending to our clients and what our client is recommending to everybody else. Pat Motley here is in our mastermind group. She's been a client for, I think, 12 years. And she has been in the mastermind group for years telling us how she keeps getting listings with this tool. This is the nearby homeowner letter for one of her listings. Okay. And she does something that no other client does. She prints them out in batches of 100. She flips them over and uses Microsoft Publisher to print on the back like this. That little red stamp is done by Publisher, so it looks like it's really local. And then she hand folds it and she hand writes these addresses. Why would you do that when we've already teed up Express Copy to do that? There's a big reason. One, this company will fold it and send it to the right people. But I've seen the envelopes, and the envelopes look a little bit like bulk mail, right? They're printed by a computer. This is not printed by a computer. Our clients often tell us when they mail out 100 with Express Copy, they get one listing. When Pat mails out 100 of these just listed, she gets 4 listings. When she mails out the second batch, which is what this post is about, she gets another 4 listings. So that's one home, 200 pieces of mail, and 8 listings. Pat does this year in, year out. If she gets more listings, she just sends us out just listed. We have a lot of clients that do that. Okay. And so I definitely recommend it. But if you don't have a lot of time, use Express Copy. They'll knock it out for you. Also, just sold postcards are really effective. Now, you'll notice when you see EDDM, that's for Every Door Direct. So that format is designed for them. Many clients also say when they mail out a batch of 100 of these, they get 1 listing. And that's awesome if you can find that works in your market. I do want to point out that Express Copy will mail these out as well. And again, they're going to mail it with people with equity. So, you have some options. All right. If we go back to this dashboard, those are the top ways. There's an e-flyer. So if you click on market listings, you're going to see all the ways to market your later stage listings. If you don't have listings, there are certainly landing pages and tools that you can use at the same time. So here is a free home value page. If I click market tools, this gets us back to the marketing section of that free home value page. And Facebook, Google, free social media posts, e-flyers, postcards, door hangers, right? All those things that you need to market, they're all teed up. They're all just sitting there waiting for you to use them. And then there's the PDF guides, which I showed you on the PDF. But instead of going through every page on the left, everything to get you seller leads is right here, so that it just makes it easier for you to get to. One really important tool that I recommend on this page is the listing presentation. Okay. Download this, especially if you're new, print it, leave it on your desk so that you can see everything that we have. And definitely if you're on a listing appointment, use that because it's really hard to compete against that thing. Let's click on buyer leads and let's talk about what buyer leads look like. It looks almost identical, but what we've done is we've teed up the tools that get buyers. So if you want to create a Facebook ad, they're early stage listings, just listed, coming soon for sale. Landing pages for buyers are going to be there in all 40 of the PDF guides, right? So instead of clicking these pages to figure it out, come to the dashboard, decide if you want seller leads or buyer leads, and then work through it, right? So if you have early stage listings, which we do have an open house here, and we have just listed and coming soon and active, if I click on any of these, it's going to take me to all the tools that I can use to market, right? Buyer landing pages are here. And I do want to point out, since we're here, the number one way of getting seller leads. Okay. I'm going to do a home that is just listed, and just listed ads and open house ads are really the most effective way of getting listing leads. Leave it on lead ads because we want that name, email, and phone number auto populated, and click create app. And I don't really recommend Google for getting listing leads. They're more expensive, and our clients are really effective at converting these, right? And so we'll talk in a second about converting, but I want to show you a couple of things about this. This is the template. Remember on the profile, I said you can choose some templates and there are multiple options. You might want to go up here and if you see something missing that you think is really important, you can just type it in and that's going to show up on the ad before you publish it. It's a 7-day ad for $35. Buyer leads on average cost $3 each. Okay. And if you divide 3 into 35, that's about 11 leads. So if you want buyer leads, this is the best, fastest way of getting them with name, email, and phone number. All right. A couple things you can do here. You see this blue button that says change image and video. If you've invested in a really nice video, you can upload it right here and it will take out those images. That static image on the right, it'll take out. But I'm going to do something here that you may not have a video and still this is really effective. I'm going to choose up to 5 images and click insert. And this creates a carousel ad. Got that first one that we had. We have the pool, the kitchen, living room. Now, you might want to change the order. I'm going to just click over here and drag the pool down. So that's the last one. That way it's the front cover picture, it's the kitchen, it's the living room, and then the pool, right? Really simple. Carousel ads are more effective than a still image, and video ads are even more effective. Okay. Number one way of getting a volume of buyer leads. So with all that, let's talk a little bit about conversion. Okay. Because conversion is where you actually have a conversation. And I'm sure you're all so nice that you can turn a conversation into business. Let's just talk broadly speaking about what we're talking about with Facebook and Google. Okay. And Facebook is an awesome platform because American adults spend about 40 minutes every day here. Okay. They're looking at the feed and they're looking at what their friends are doing on the weekend and what their grandkids are doing and all kinds of stuff. Like people are on Facebook for 40 minutes a day, adults, not teenagers, but teenagers are not buying homes or selling homes. So you want to focus on where adults are, and they are right here. 70% of them are on this page. Okay. And so Facebook is good because I might be looking at what my nieces and nephews are doing over the weekend. And now you're telling me, hey, I've got an open house, and that might ring a bell, and great. Right. And that's what makes Facebook awesome. You're putting something right in front of a place where people are hanging out. The number one website in the country, however, is Google, and 86% of all questions are asked here. All right. And so you got to think of that. The leads are more expensive because when you type in a question like, I don't know, how do I sell my home? Who's showing up on page 1, right? If you're on page 10, you don't even need to be on the internet. Sorry to say. But if you're here on page 1 and I click on that, you might be offering some value there, right? That is going to help me. And that's what I'm looking for. This language, that little blue line there, and this language, that's got to speak to the people right off the bat. In order to do that, you can just go run an ad on Google from our platform, right? But I do want to tell you that on average, online leads are converted at 1%, 1 to 3%, right? And I don't know what you guys are doing for conversion. I have mentioned turn on our follow-ups. That's going to help you. But I don't know if you call your leads. I think most agents call a lead once. And if they don't respond, it's it. And that's some kind of weird concept because online leads need to be contacted on average 15 times. 15. And that's why you have follow-ups to make some of those touches automatic. But you do need to call them. There are some people, I actually recommend that you text people before you call them because our smartphones tell us who's calling us. And if I don't know that number, I may not answer that call. And if I do, and you're somebody trying to ask me a bunch of questions and sell me a home, I might just say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. That's wrong number. Texting, when you get a lead with a phone number, and what I'm showing you with Facebook is that's what you're going to get. You can start texting them those basic questions and get them into a back and forth with you until they're ready to get on the phone. And the whole point of that is that the Facebook leads are actually really good. You do need to figure out how you're going to convert them. And the Google leads are even better. Okay. They are often double or triple the price. I recommend that Google you look at when you want more listings. I'm going to show you this guy. This is another office that I set up. And Brian is over in Texas and he has a team, I think about 50 agents. And this call he did for his agents, right? And what he is telling us is this home in Conroe, Texas, I'm going to lower that. He's saying he ran a sold ad, but he's also saying before he ran the sold ad, he generated 114 leads. Okay. 114 buyer leads because he says it's a good looking home. People just responded. To get 114 buyer leads when a lead on average costs $3, that means he spent about $350, probably multiple ads over a couple of weeks. He's got an office, so he's focused on getting more leads for his office. Here's the thing about the 114 lead. He converted four people bought homes in Texas from $350 of spend. I'm pretty sure there's a decent ROI there. But what he's also telling us is now that the home is sold, he flips it to sold. He runs an ad. He texts that ad in the morning, closes a phone call in the afternoon, sets up a listing appointment to sell one home for $400,000 and buy another for $450 in Texas with a $150 ad. That is a sold ad coming from Facebook. Does that happen every day of the week for Brian? No, it doesn't. But I know that Brian and his team are using this thing constantly because somewhere it's going to bite and go right away. The others you're going to drip on and work on. If you're like Brian, you're going to text those people till they're ready to talk to you. And that is what you want to be thinking of. Do I want more listings in my business? Or do I want more buyers? Because listings to leads has teed up everything. If I need seller leads, I just click on dashboard and get to seller leads. And there you go. You have it, right? Everything that's going to help you is right here. If I need buyer leads, I just click on the buyer leads tab and all my listings and all my PDF guides and all my landing pages that are going to help me are going to be there. A couple things I want to point out before I let you go. First of all, thanks for being here. If you have questions, put it in the chat panel right now. When we look at leads and follow-ups, this is going to morph into a section called pipeline. And we're going to be modifying this leads page to help you work your leads, almost like a CRM, right? And in order to work them, touch them, email them, text them, and see what they're responding to. And then we're going to put some filters so you can see what are your hottest listings, what are your hottest buyer leads, and what are your hottest seller leads. And then you can call through the others to just keep in touch and keep them warm. Like I said, we've been doing this for 15 years. I don't think there's another company that generates the volume of leads that we do for our clients at the cost. Now, you do have to learn how to use the system, and that's what today's call is about. But don't forget about our YouTube channel, because I think if you want your business to grow, you need to really understand how to leverage this deal. So learn everything you can about listings to leads, use it consistently, We've been very effective at capturing leads. Our focus is going to be to how to help you convert those leads. You're going to see some new technology arriving in listings to leads. Learn how to capture leads effectively. We're going to help you convert those. I don't see any more questions. So thanks, everybody. I hope you had a fun summer and get involved. Go reach out to the support team if you're not in the mastermind group. Check out Brian's message here. Check out Pat Motley. There's also Chris Winstead. Watch our other classes about top tools for more listings. This class is an overall class, but if you need more listings, check out top tools for more listings on our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining me. This call is being recorded. It should be on our YouTube channel tonight or tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.